Your host here, which is Boma Miriam, and I'm with.
Charity for the
And I am Muslim.
Okay, so today our topic is tips for managing finances, and I would like to ask various questions because we we're having this conversation in order to elaborate on the topic and to give our audiences like various tips on how to go about their finances. And I would like to ask Mr. Moses, like how can someone balance like living in the present and actually saving for the future?
Okay, when it comes to balance living in the present and actually saving for the future, I would say that from my own aspect or from my own perspective, it all boils down to me dividing my finances into different percentages for different aspects of my life. So if I go with where I balance my finances, I have my savings account,
Alright.
I have my spiritual account, I have my family account, I have my spending account,
Okay.
etc. So I tend to make sure that I discipline myself. I have the willpower and the self-discipline to make sure that whenever I get hold of any amount of money, I share it amongst we have because each of those accounts have their own various percentages.
Alright.
So I tend to share it in their own percentages.
Okay.
So it helps me a lot on the long run. So I'm so disciplined that I don't need to go and touch my savings account because I know that account is for savings. I don't need to touch my savings account. That's why I have my spending account. When it comes to my spiritual account, I don't touch it for anything in this world. That's just how it is.
But then can you at least share the different percentage like you use for your several accounts?
Okay, my family account, if I have a particular lump sum, my family account, and it's kind of personal. I don't really know how to share the percentages. I don't know, they're online, but I don't really know what. My spiritual accounts, I can tell you, so many people give 10%, but I don't give 10%. I give more than 10% when it comes to my spiritual account. My family
That's
account,
nice.
yes, my family account. That is like I always enter a covenant. Whenever I want to go into something new,
Okay.
I always have a covenant between me and my God. So I tell him that if I'm going into this thing, I'm going to give you this particular, definitely more than 10%. So I'm going to give you this particular percentage, and that's why with the flow of my life, whenever I go into something new, I always become productive. So I make sure that I give him that particular percentage because I know that he is always going to keep to his own part of the bargain. It's always left for me to keep to my own part of the bargain. So for the fact that I can keep to my own part of the bargain and I don't shoot my eyes inside his own part because we already have an agreement, then it's settled. So my spiritual account is different. My family account is for another family. Don't worry now. Family is up and down. That one is a must. Then my savings account is a must. That one I keep that particular money in an account that I don't even have mobile access to the account. Like I cannot just stay and transfer money out of the account. I have to go inside the bank to be able to transfer money out of that account. That's my savings account. Then my spending account is my normal account that I use for my microfinance banks to just make some simple transfers.
Alright. But then in the sense that you have different accounts
Yeah.
for different reasons, you still haven't answered the question, which is how can one live for the present and save also for the future, like save for rainy days?
That's exactly what I've answered. I've answered that you don't just once you have money, you don't just spend all your money on problems or all your money on um, anything irrelevant or relevant. It doesn't mean, but you've got to have that sensibility that you divide your money into different percentages. There's some people that have once they have money, they divide their money like they have a particular percentage for personal education. They have a particular percentage of their money for personal education, so they take that percentage to educate themselves for future. That's the same thing. So because if you educate your present, it means that your future is going to be blossom. It's going to bloom, right? So it's exactly the questions I've answered. that if you have to just simply divide your money into different percentages or into different sectors and make sure that you have the discipline to not make use of those money, misuse those money.
So, can I ask a question? You said something. You said you don't use your money to solve problem, right? So now, what if, as at the point you have your money, there's a problem? How do you intend to do about that?
And that's why, on the long run,
Yeah.
I must have. It depends on the kind of problem, but
Okay.
on the long run, for the fact that I'm consistently having money, that means I may also be able to sacrifice some money from my savings account, because that's also the reason why I'm saving money. I'm saving money to invest, and I'm saving money for tomorrow. Yes, for rainy days. So that's also another reason why I'm actually saving money. Do you understand? So on the long run, if there's a problem that comes after me, I can always be able to have money from my savings to solve the problem. It's exactly the same thing I'm saying. That's why I don't need to touch my percentage from my savings, because a man's money is a ransom for his life. If you have a problem in your life, your money is always going to save you. So if I have a problem and my money is there to save me, definitely, if I have properties to save me, definitely I would sell my properties to solve my problem. That's just it.
Ms. Cha, do you have anything to add to what you just said? Maybe to contribute about how we can, because they always tell you more problem may be finish you enjoy. So another person will be chop your money when you die. So do you have any contribution to add how we can save and also enjoy our money that we earn?
I'm sorry, I'm laughing honestly because saving, I think I don't know how to save. Yeah, and that's like a very bad attitude on my own end. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to save. As long as the money is there,
You spend it.
I'll spend it.
Wow, rich
Alright.
kids.
So
Do
from
have
my
money
end,
spend.
I have something to contribute, right?
Okay.
So I read Richest Man in Babylon, and he always said that we should. Okay, he said we should save 1/10. That's 10% of our income for investment.
Mhm.
You understand? So I would advise that when you have, maybe if you're earning like salary earners by the end of the month, you should be able to allocate different percent from your end. Okay, this is for this is for that. You understand? You should be able to, at least you should budget your money, because that's the best part. And when you make budgets, you keep to it, you stick to it. Then you know that, okay, well, I'm enjoying this percent. You have to save for rainy days. You have to save for emergencies, because this life, emergencies will come.
So that means you agree to what I actually talked
yes,
about.
yes. What you actually say is the go-to option
Yeah.
when it comes to that. So we should have different percentages when it comes to our finances. So I'll be going back to the second question, right?
Okay.
In your experience, what are the financial mistakes you've made?
Financial mistakes.
In experience.
And like from your mistakes, how do you think they can be avoided?
Okay, the financial mistakes I made. Okay, there was once when I had the printing business.
Okay.
I think that was a very big. It actually helped me in a particular way, but I didn't do that business for more than 1 year. I think it actually just led me to this part that I am right now. But I didn't do the business for more than 1 year. There was a time I just, because it was actually stressing me, and I spent a lot of money on that business. It was like a collaboration between me and somebody else. It was like a collaboration between me and somebody else, and I spent a lot of money on the business, but it didn't actually generate the kind of income I actually want, because I'm someone that actually likes something big incomes. So it didn't generate. So we couldn't even. Okay, after like 2 years, we couldn't even repay for another shop rent. Instead, that the business degraded in revenue. I know revenue is one thing that actually pushes the business.
It keeps you in business.
It keeps you in business, yeah. So I think that's like a financial mistake, and I really learned a lot from it. I learned a lot from it, not to entrust my business into someone else.
All right. So like, okay, how can it be avoided? You just said which is not interesting
Yes,
anymore.
because I like handed the finances of that particular business over to him. So he was the one handling the finances. So he came back with issues of they stole his phone, they transferred money from his account, you know those kind of issues. And those are the funds where he's also used to repay for our shop rent.
Okay.
But we didn't, and I didn't want to. I had the personal money to pay for the shop rent, but I wasn't seeing a future in the business
Okay.
because the business had already generated our own income to pay for our shop rent. But the person in charge of the finances just made
Came up
us,
with
yes,
excuses.
came up with excuses and
Stories.
stories. So I just said, okay, this is actually like an opportunity to run away from this business. Because I even there was a period I stopped going to office. So I stopped going to office a particular period because my business that I got engaged in, which is my present business, was already giving me more than, like, it was giving me more and stressing me less. But that business was stressing me more and giving me less. So if you're in my shoes, which will you go for?
Definitely go for the one.
So definitely. So that's what really happened.
So please, do you have any financial mistakes you've made?
Yeah, I think I do. With my crochet, like I crochet.
Okay.
Yeah, so I actually paid for the class, and I will pay my transport down to that place, and I'll come back only for my customers to start pricing my work like, Charity, can you knit a bikini for 5,000 for me? And I'm like, 5,000, I like, I think I buy wool 250, and crocheting takes a lot of time. Yeah, so at some point I was like, I think I should just stop this and focus my life, because it wasn't helping. Just yeah. So I think that
So are there ways that can be avoided?
there are ways that can be avoided. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
What are the ways?
Mm,
Do you think you are consistent?
I was like, I was consistent, but let's say it was for my customers or it was for me. I just really can't tell, because I know they were pricing me hard. Like, I'll tell them that this is the price for this thing you're ordering, and you see someone will tell you, let me do it for 10,000, and guy, it's more than that. Okay, so and when you try telling them this is how it is, they'll be like, you don't know what you're doing, you
Can
don't
I ask you
know
a
what
question?
you're saying.
Did you this particular set of people, were they in your sphere, like were they your friends, your colleagues, your classmates, your classmates?
Okay, some of them are my friends.
Mm.
I got some of them through referrals and stuff like
Did you
that.
try doing any advertisement at all? Any like song
Like paying influencers to
advertise
You don't
for
necessarily have to pay
influencers
now.
or Facebook ads?
no, I didn't.
And that's
Okay,
what do you
what I
think
would
about
just say is, when it comes to business, there's something we call target audience. Target audience, in the sense that, see, no matter what you sell, there are people that
that? Yeah.
can afford it.
Yes, sure.
You
That's
just
what I'm
have
going
to
talk
go
about.
out there. That is your target audience, and search.
Source for them.
You have to source for your target audience. Because if you're hoping that,
Yeah.
okay, my family will buy from me, my friends will buy from me, the people I know will buy from me, they are not going to buy. Trust me. It's not even your family members that will patronize
At
you.
all.
Your friends will patronize you.
At all.
So there's something called targeted audience. So you can start, let's say, okay, you can start with to buy Facebook ads, really, really aggressive. And then when it comes to consistency, visibility matters a lot when it comes to our businesses. I know I know so much about this and I can relate to it, but then from my end, I would say, when you have knowledge and you don't implement it, then that knowledge is like a waste. Because I can relate to it in the sense that I started selling bags and I was making sales, but I think I got to one point where I had anxiety because I ordered I was really, really confused. I was like, should I just have a particular niche, just start selling only bags, then in the long run I can add something else to my collection. So I was like, okay, let me just add something else to my collection. And what I got like was not what I was expecting. I ordered for crop tops. And what I got was not what I was expecting. And what I got was more like I cannot wear that and I cannot sell that, you understand? I'm someone that if I cannot wear the product, if I'm not proud of that
Yeah.
thing, I can't put it out there for sale.
Yeah.
So that was like one. I just shut down with, just said to just give myself some rest and all of that when it comes to finances, businesses, and that.
I want to ask you a question. Did you actually do work on your personal development, like in marketing? When it comes to marketing your business, did you actually work on personal development, specifically in marketing your business?
I won't lie, I don't do that.
Did you have an Instagram page for your business?
Nah.
Did you create a Facebook page? Just a personal page you're using to push your brand? I understand.
You understand what it's just a small business.
That's why I said I don't understand.
You understand what? Oh yeah, I try to mock me right now.
No. I just
Like,
say
we
I
all make
understand.
mistakes, right?
It's them. I already talked about the failure of my own personal business,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm proud that the business failed. I'm so proud of that business failing. So I've actually moved on a long time ago. Even before the business failed, like 1 year before the business failed, I've moved on. I mean, 1 year, 6 months before the business failed, I moved on, and I'm so grateful to God.
But funny enough, I love
do.
crocheting. If I have my way, I'll still do crochet.
Okay.
But then you just have to put yourself out there again and do better. At least learn from your mistakes.
Do you know top crochet business owners?
Yeah,
Wow.
my madam, the person I learned from, Joycelyn K.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go again.
Who again? I don't know.
Is she a top crochet business owner? Like,
Yeah, she is.
what's the net worth?
That's not
Oh.
okay.
Okay.
I would say you should, when it comes to entrepreneurship, it is hard. Forget all these things. Yes, there's
Okay.
money in entrepreneurship, but then it is really really hard because you have to manage
Yes.
your Facebook, your
So
Instagram,
many
your
things
WhatsApp. You have to attend to customers. You have to pack. You have
So
to do
many
this. And you have
things
to, but if you are not ready for that stress, please just go ahead with
Very
9 to
stressful
5.
because there are some days you just wake up and you don't just want to do anything. Like, I beg. I just don't. There's some days I wake up and I don't just want to touch my phone. I don't want to post anything, but I just have to because I need to show up every day. It's kind of stressful, but I just need to show up every day. There's sometimes I don't even want to attend my company meetings, but I just have to. It's annoying, but you just have to. That's one thing about entrepreneurship.
Okay, so we're doing a lot because this one is talking about how important it is to establish emergency funds and ways to go about it. I think we already touched some
Yeah, we
certain
talked about
areas
it.
when it
Yeah,
comes to that, which is allocating a certain percentage
yes.
to your income and budgeting. So we'll just move on to the next one. So, what advice do you have for people looking forward to investing?
I talking about you want to start first. Ladies first.
I should start.
Well, advice. On my own end, I'll say they should pray. As in, they should ask God for grace because it's really not easy. Honestly, like I have a friend her name is Fortune. So a week before she opened her boutique in Abuja, she was very excited, she was very happy, she was like, Charity, this is like a dream come true. She even gave me the link, like I should post on my WhatsApp status, which I did, So finally the day she opened the shop, people went there, her friends, her family, they bought things from her, she was so excited, like she made sales that day, she was like talking to me about it, And 1 week, 2 weeks, she keeps posting her clothes back to back.
Okay.
Yeah. So 1 week, 2 weeks, consistently. But before I know, Fortune just off. Like she don't talk about her boutique anymore, nothing of and all. I'm like, did they rob her? of something because I was curious and I was worried at the same time. So I entered her DM. She was like, "Can we talk on phone?" I said, "Sure." And when I called her on phone, she was not telling me that she's depressed. That like being an entrepreneur, it's really not easy. That when she see people do it online, like she felt like something like I'll just come and post now. Maybe one or two people will recognize, but it's really not like that. And you know how expensive Abuja is, like having a shop there and trying to pay for shop rent and everything, trying to meet up entirely. She said she has locked the shop. As an up to now that I'm talking to you, that shop is still closed. And she has locked the shop. Like close to 1 month now, before she locked the shop. There's no sales girl there, neither is sales guy. She just locked the shop, carried herself to her house, but she needs a break. So I will just advise everyone out there that is trying to build up a business, like you shouldn't just like pick up one money and say I want to do this. You get, you should just like think about it, give it a second thought, like think about it, even pray to God, talk to people, ask for people's opinion. Don't just sit there and I too know. Oh yes, I can do this on my own. Just talk to people, read books, read it helps.
Alright.
Yeah. So I think that's it.
Okay. So what's the question again?
Okay. Advice you have for
Okay, the advices I have for because there's some people that actually have money and they don't know what to necessarily use their money for. What I'll just generally advise is just to do what we call land banking. Just buy a land, 1 plot, 2 plot, 3 plot, 4 plots in a very nice environment, yeah, and keep. That's number one thing I would advise, because we have categories of people that have money and they don't just want to do business.
okay.
You get me? So land banking is another way of saving your money. So if you're up in the long run, you buy a house and keep. Or you buy a house, renovate and keep, then you can resell the house. So that's one particular way of investing. Then another aspect, if you want to go into business, I've been in business for I think 4 years now, and there are a lot of stuffs involved. You need to consistently have knowledge. I have consistently read books and books and books. I have a library, fill the books. I buy books a lot, both online. I buy people's courses because I just want to improve on myself. I just want to be consistent. It helps me a lot. So you need to also have online presence. I need to do videos. I had to learn how to do videos. I had to learn how to be confident when I talk to my customers, because you need to learn how to know. You need to know a lot of things about your field. So I learned a lot of things about my field. That's when it comes to knowledge as well. And I was also consistent. You understand? Consistent. And another thing is I grew to the stage whereby I couldn't do everything on my own. I had to employ people to delegate some jobs for them, because I'm a leader, for them to do for me as well. It really helped me a lot, and I'm so happy that I took that bold step to employ people, and we've been paying staff salary. We don't owe staff salary at all. We can never owe staff salary. We can't. It can never happen. So we don't owe staff salary. We never owe staff salary. We can never owe staff salary. So it's something we've done consistently, and we look at the blueprints, we look at our competitors, at what they are doing, and we go back to also work on ourselves. It's very important and vital to the growth of our business. So there are so many things involved. It's actually not easy, but that's life. We keep moving forward and we keep making progress.
Alright. So okay, I'm going to touch on one thing he said. And my number one thing when it comes to investment is yourself. Invest in yourself. Treat yourself like, I don't know, pamper yourself so well and invest in yourself. Read books, watch videos, buy courses. I know it's not easy, but just buy courses. You don't even know when you will need it.
Yes.
You don't even know when you will need them, but it's really like, one time I bought this Facebook ads, let me go through that thing. I bought video editing video. Just buy courses, just invest in yourself. Just keep investing in yourself, because You have to invest in yourself for other people to see you as an asset to invest in you.
You exactly.
So you should try so much. That's the only advice I have for you. I have so much, but then that is only you're an asset, so invest in yourself. So how can people effectively budget and track their expenses? Because when it comes to, in as much as they're talking about budgeting, we have to track our expenses. More like, okay, I'm earning so and so. You understand? Like how did I spend my money? Because there's sometimes you make some certain expenses and I'll be like, no, we money just enter my account, money don't finish. How did I spend that money? You understand?
Yeah.
So how can they go about that?
Yeah. If you can remember earlier, I talked about you. The first step is to actually divide your funds into different accounts. I don't have a particular account number. I have like 3 different accounts, or 4 or 5 or 6, depends. So each of these stuffs I've budgeted is going into different accounts. Do you understand? So it will actually help you whenever you're putting your statement. It will help you a lot to know what you actually use your money for. Do you get where I'm coming from? So like if 50% is going to my savings account, I don't touch any money in that account. So I can know what I'm using my savings for. If I print out the statement from my savings account, in my spending account is for my needs, my everything is maybe I want to repair my car, I want to buy fuel, I want to buy fuel for my generator, I want to send money to someone that just asked me for money on the roadside. You grab me, buy food that I will eat. That's the spending account. So that's separate. My spiritual account is also separate. So that one too, each of the money that comes out of there goes to the church. So that's the spiritual account. So that's the way that I, my own personal self, used to know how I've been able to spend my money.
So do you have anything to add to this?
Because let me just say something. Because if you keep it in one particular account, it's going to confuse you, and you're going to be tempted to eat that money. If you keep those monies in one particular account, you're so going to be tempted to eat that money. In fact, you won't even know when you're going to spend the money. So as soon as the money comes, you need to discipline yourself to divide it into those various accounts. Especially your savings account. Don't have access to your savings account. Shouldn't be on your phone. You shouldn't have access to that transfer. Because there's some problems that doesn't require you to do immediate transfer. But if you have access to that account, you don't want to do a transfer. Do you get me?
Okay, like I said earlier, I don't know how to save. So I really don't have anything to contribute on that.
So okay, when it comes to my end, I would say there are apps out there where you can track your expenses. So okay, we're all students. Like when I was in school now, in as much as you budget, you still make impulse spending and impulse buying.
Yeah.
You understand? So like when I receive my weekly money, I usually have my budget, you get. But then there are some times where I spend above my balance and all of that. But I usually keep track of my expenses, you understand? So like let me say for every month I go back, and mind you, I am not consistent with it, but then you have to take one step at a time. So like I usually go back like every month, go through my expenses, and then I have to talk to myself how I need to stop the impulse buying and all of that. So you should just try there's this app, I've forgotten the name of the app. Go to your Apple store, go to your Google Play Store, just you buy this, just put your track, buy this, buy that. Then they usually have a pie chart at the end of the month or at the end of every week. You know that okay, certain percent went to housing or this one went to transportation and all of that. So yes, download tracking expenses app. So what do you have any advice for people to be able to reduce their expenses, reduce their wants and just Because you know that there are some certain things that are not necessary. We don't
Yeah,
necessarily
yeah.
have to buy some certain things.
Yeah.
We just have to focus on our needs. We know that okay, I need this one, I must get this one, and just let go of our wants.
Yeah.
Because let's say at times you earn, let's say you earn like 30,000, and then you know very well that okay, this money is not going to cover up everything I want to buy. But then when you check your list, you know very well that there are certain things that are not even necessary. So you can just scrap them out. So like how can we go about reducing our expenses?
Do you want to answer that? Okay, from my own perspective, there's a difference between needs and wants. Needs are very much important than wants. Wants are just temporary stuff you just want, maybe, but you can actually ask Google. There's a very big difference between needs and wants. Like your perfume, you need your perfume. You need your deodorants for your body. You need to put on clothes. You need food to eat, you need water, that's several, you need housing, that's your needs. Then your wants is like you want to put on a gold chain. It may not be part of your need, but it's your wants. Wants, you want to put on a nice shoe, like a luxurious shoe. Those are your wants. There are difference between wants and needs. So I tend to know my needs from my wants. So whenever I have money, I always focus on my needs, but if I have extra, I can actually go do some maybe ones that I want. Maybe once your wants may be that you just want to go out and drink beer with your friends. Those may possibly be your wants, but because they are not your needs.
Yes, I know.
Yes, so you may possibly have money, extra money to spend on your wants, and you want to like. There was a day I just wanted to just go to the club with my girlfriend and just celebrate her. It wasn't my need, but it's my wants. If you actually didn't want to go, we would have gone. But that's what I want. But if I had the extra money to spend, I said you should go and I spend the money. Because at times it is sweet to spend your money. So she's spending your money. So everybody should focus on their needs. Focusing on your need is way important than focusing on your wants. There's a particular lady, shout out to Iron Lady. She sells clothes to me. Whenever I go, she's a marketer and I'm also a marketer. And I know myself very well, and she knows she's marketing to a marketer. So whenever I go to her shop, she'll fling this on. There are sometimes I would buy what she flings to me, but there are sometimes I would stand on my feet and tell her that Iron Lady, now this thing I come buy, because she's a businessman. By the time she flings this. And you see, you may even buy, maybe you just go buy eyeglass, or maybe just buy one polo commodity. Before you know, you don't buy like 5 polo, 5 jeans, all that based on say she the market. Yes, now. So the same way you go to supermarket, it's called continuous selling, continuous sales. You go to supermarket and you'll be tempted. This one, you don't need it to, but based on you want it, and you have the money to spend, you buy it. So I think that's what makes people to spend extra, but for the fact it can settle your needs, then your want is okay.
Do you have anything to add?
No, see or said it all.
So I would say okay, like for me personally, for example, I think last week I went to my one, and before going to my one, I went like on an errand. I talked to myself that I know very well that I have so many wants, but I am an impulse buyer. I just got, I thought to myself that see this thing I dey go my own go buy. Now anything I go buy, I don't go buy extra come out. And glory be to God. Ladies and gentlemen.
Can you do that?
I did not buy extra.
At all.
I was so proud of myself.
I was stand on my feet.
I was so proud of myself.
It happened to me now. It happened to me that then I went to repair my car. All those Ikoku boys, they will rush you, bring so many. I say, no, this one I come. Day. Let's see when they get issue come for pocket. Day. I know they do. Leave them. Now, I come to be this. Now, my light, I need to do any other thing again. Those boys, they almost kill me with this that day. They go rush you.
So, you should learn to at least take a setback. Have a relationship with yourself. Talk to yourself. about some certain things before taking some certain decisions and the rest of that.
Yeah.
So that would help you. So we're going over to the last question.
Okay.
How, like, why do people ignore budgeting and accountability when it comes to finances?
Why do you ignore budgeting and accountability when it comes to finances?
Yeah, because she basically said she doesn't know how to say.
Why do you ignore it?
I don't know. Should I say it's just in me, or is it lifestyle, or I don't know.
I would say it's an habit, like it's a habit you build over time.
Did you grow up to ever see any member of your family budgeting? Like your mom budgeting? Or anyone around you budgeting? Like, or you grew up with the lavish, like you're born with a golden spoon. Too much money. Millionaire. Oh yeah, the cash. Rich kids.
Not really.
I grew up to my mom budgeting. That woman, Igbo, my mom is
My
Igbo
mom
woman.
is that she's, when it comes to accountability, she's
Top
number
notch.
one.
Honestly, I don't know. That I can't even relate to the second to the last question you asked, but where you give yourself as an example, going to my own market and telling yourself that this is what I want to buy in my own market, and even though you saw some things you were like you've been wanting to get for yourself, and I can't relate to that, but honestly, I will buy this, I'll buy this, and also buy this for myself.
Rich kid. Chic of PhD.
As long as the money is there.
Chic.
As long as
Wow,
the money is there.
this girl have a lot of money. Wow. No wonder, see her hair now. Her hair is very nice, and she's putting on gold. Wow. Yeah, for me, I grew up in a family that my mom is actually very accountable. I love that one so much. She's very accountable. I think I learned that particular aspect from her because I learned good things. I don't know about it. My dad is not accountable. You can give him if you give the 1 million naira, she will tell you how she used that 1 million naira effectively. But my dad is just like you. He can never tell you. He can never tell you. He can never tell you the uses of that money. He can't. So I think I grew up choosing from my mother's attitude and my mother's character because I actually admired her way of giving account. He even trusted her more than himself. He trusted her to hold money for him more than himself because he believes that he will spend the money without knowing how he spend money or what I want to spend the money on. And if he gives her the money to hold, she's going to restrict him from spending some certain amounts of money. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
That he's not supposed to spend some unnecessary money that he just so I am actually happy for the lifestyle I have and how much I've grown. So right now, if you give me money, I just know what to use money for because I already have plans to make use of my money.
Same thing with me now.
You have So I would say why people ignore budgeting and accountability is because it is easier to ignore it.
It's easier to spend.
It is
than
easier
save.
to spend than to save.
Yes.
Like it's very easy to spend money.
Yes,
though.
You save money.
I can
Voila.
relate.
And like when it comes to bad habits, I don't know, they just build up over time. You don't
Over
even
time,
know.
yes,
Like
sir.
good habits are so hard to build. You will struggle and struggle and struggle.
But it's actually nice to save. If you save money, like now, if I just do there's money in my savings account, well, it's not for spending. It's just savings. So definitely, it's going to be used for either investment, etc., or whatever it is for. But that's why I always say I can never be broke in my life.
What if you save, nobody's paying back to happen, and maybe one day you just
It is not going to
Stop
happen.
you now. I mean,
Okay.
talk about that.
Now, but at least I have something to get to my next of kin. I just
You
put
know,
that-
life should not be the way you want it. You're not just supposed to be spending your money like that. At least there's people have setbacks, people have emergencies. You should think
Yes,
about the
ma'am.
future. No, they think like say you go buy the next day, next of it. Yeah, please you think
You don't want to just okay to enjoy.
this money now is what can I use my money and invest in? Like, people like me that used to save money to spend, which is very bad. Which is very bad. Please, what are the little investment that somebody can at least invest with 30,000 naira, 30,000 naira? I mean, I was like, so if you have any suggestion, I mean, better investment.
Please don't forget to turn the like and share the video.
If you have any comment, like if you have any suggestion for me, kindly drop your opinions in the comment section. Do you guys have anything to add to
No,
this
I'm
session?
fine. Please like and share this video, like and share this video, like and share this video. The video is going to be on all our social media pages. You forget to get the moderator, but you forgot to tell them.
I'll definitely say that to them. So guys, we've come to the end of this show and we'll be having our next round table discussion soon. So make sure you tune in, you like our posts, share our posts, don't forget to share it with your friends and turn on your post notification. Thank you so much, and I am Buma Marian.
I'm Moses Puma, aka Billions BTC.
To be honest, I feel like that name is not giving us.
Like it sounds like Pablo, Wishy Pablo Fons.
Pablo Monday.
Where did they even get
You
this
did not
name?
give.
You're criticizing my name, my special name.
Please, you should change it. You know you're quite good at naming things,
Yeah.
so you should at least assist him and also help him to change his Facebook name also, please.
I thought it's
Jamal, Mustafi, Billions. I don't even know.
And his parents never named him Jamal. Where, like, at times I used to ask where he gets all this Jamal, Mustafi, Billions
Nicknames.
nicknames. Where's the Jamal? Okay, I can accept the Mustafi, Billions, but the Jamal, where is that one coming from?
That's the
one.
Arabic name I gave to me.
Yeah. Okay, you gave that. You literally named yourself Jamal.
So what's
I
the
like
name?
I don't know. I was looking for the name to add to the Facebook. You know, my Facebook account is like 2011 or less, or maybe 27, 28. It's been a long Facebook account now. I'll check it.
So you don't know the meaning of Jamal?
I just added that name.
I think Jamal is a good name because I do hear our neighbor call her child Jamal.
You think? You see, you have to check for the name.
If he's not nice, I don't
Let
think
me browse
that's
it. Let me browse it.
I don't
know
think-
Jamal. Jamal meaning.
the name that child.
Jamal is an Arabic name. Jamal means a male name given from an Arabic word. It means beauty. It means you're handsome, yeah.
That's why I named the
at,
kid the cute.
at least we
And
made
son-
him
To know the meaning of his name.
all thanks
means
to us.
beauty.
Kid the cute.
It means beauty.
Okay,
It means handsome.
that's
Arabic
all
male
for
name.
the show. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like our post, drop a comment, and do well to share our post with your friends. And don't forget to turn on your post notifications. Do have a lovely day ahead.
Bye.